A lot of classrooms, you may really experience the idea of where teachers are they are in control of the classroom insofar as that they are the ones up on the stage all the time speaking at you about class content and material. One of the things that you're going to notice right away in eighth grade language arts is that I do a lot of planning prior to our teaching and learning experiences. And a lot of resources are pulled and a lot of supplemental material or material that's going to help you be successful in some of the thinking that we're doing in class. So that my primary role becomes a facilitator or someone who can provide feedback to your work. Um, Teacher feedback informally would typically look like a mini lesson in the morning and then probably a workshop um, structure throughout the rest of the day where you have a chance to work on whatever set assignment or project that we have going on within our units, so that I can sit with you and ask you questions about what's going on and give you some informal feedback to improve your thinking, give you some resources, help you problem solve. So you're not going to see me up in front of the class a lot. And I do that purposely because, number one, as stated before, I care about you, and then I care about you as a learner. So I'm here to help you work through the learning that we have going on in class, and the only way that you can do that is with immediate feedback. Now, with formal feedback, you'll receive from me in the form of the SQ2R model, which we'll talk a lot about in here in class. Basically, the summarizing, I might have some questions for you. I might want to have you revise some things and then resubmit some things depending on what you might consider one of your drafts or one of your final products, so that we can constantly keep that growth mindset in mind that things can always be better and that you can produce the best quality work that you can possibly make. Because there are almost 70 students, it's hard for me to give quality feedback all the time as prompt or as immediate as maybe you might need. We will rely quite a bit on each other to help with that feedback process. My first and foremost job is to make sure that that feedback comes from me. I will endeavor to give you all feedback as often and as many times as I can. But another really helpful resource is each other. So we're going to be going through some things throughout our year that will allow peers to help us give feedback on how to make our work better, how to strengthen our thinking, how to demonstrate critical thinking skills. And as I mentioned before, we will be using the SQ2R model, whether it's me or whether it's through peers. We'll be learning a lot more throughout this section of our unit so that you become a little bit more comfortable with that. And then that will ensure that we give quality feedback. We'll talk a lot more about what quality feedback actually means, but I'm sure you've probably been in classes where you might have received feedback like, good job, neat, or maybe you've gotten a scratch and sniff sticker or something. Well, feedback for me goes way beyond that. Now, if you keep in mind with the assessments and the way we think about assessment in our classroom, we need feedback in order to communicate ourselves and how to improve upon our skills. So we might as well be doing traditional grades if we don't have any feedback going on in here. So feedback practices are going to be something that you're going to really see hit heavily throughout our year, because they're the ones that really make the difference in understanding how to, if something is not necessarily right or something needs improved upon, the feedback is going to allow you to answer well, how do I improve that? And feedback will let us make those changes and build our critical thinking in terms of the steps we have to take in order to make our work better.